Welcome to Hagley Gap, Jamaica, home of the Blue Mountain Project.
Blue Mountain, Blue Mountain.
The Blue Mountain Project is a nonprofit organization that arranges service learning activities to benefit the people of this area. The people of Hagley Gap need help solving some of the most basic problems all human communities face. Because poverty is so pervasive, the community can't afford to create or maintain adequate services like roads, free schools, or even a reliable water supply. 3/4 of the people are unemployed and thus unable to pay taxes or fees for such services. When the rains come, everything stops, including traffic across the river, and runoff into the river makes the water unusable for days. Most of the actual service work organized by the Blue Mountain Project is performed by student volunteers who simultaneously earn academic credit and learn some valuable lessons about life in our global village. As volunteers and local citizens work together, all participants develop skills and values for effective collaboration and leadership. This group of volunteers was actually a class of 17 students and 2 professors from Ripon College in Wisconsin. During their stay, the students did field research on child-rearing practices, religious traditions, and ways of maintaining peace in the community. Most mornings, they dug a pit for disposal of medical waste from the project's new clinic. Every weekday afternoon, they cared for children at the Hagley Gap Community Center. During the week of Jamaica's Labor Day celebration, they painted a mural on the town square wall. In between their studies and their service work, they also made friends with local citizens, learned about Jamaican customs, appreciated the majesty of the natural environment, and had a whole lot of fun. All those elements together in one intense experience make a powerful strategy to develop skills and values for effective, service-minded leadership. When student volunteers return home, they're better able to recognize, analyze, and appreciate both the strengths and the weaknesses of their own cultures.
And I think it's really important that as a young person, going out into the world, finishing school, that you really understand your place in the world. This is a big, huge place, and everything that you do every day, that you make a choice, every action that you make, it affects someone somewhere else on the other side of the world.
I talked to a person there who said, "You don't live in my community, but you came to work in my community. Thank you for that." And it was very clear that she wasn't just thanking me, she was thinking about that. That made an impact on her, that people who don't know her came to work in her community. That makes you think about the world differently.
I was like the harshest critic, of the Blue Mountain Project, but now I'm like converted. The clinic is just the best. Again, I was one of the harshest critics of the clinic. I was like against it at first. I was saying, we don't need a clinic, but this clinic is so equipped. The professionals that come down, the access to free medical care is just unusual for us.
The most important thing I've learned is the knowledge of how privileged I am. To have grown up with the parents I have who are supportive, with plenty of food, a place to sleep every night, a safe place to go to school and to learn.
To me, one of the most memorable things about our working here in the Blue Mountain Project was when the villagers, the other Jamaicans living in the village, came down and helped us with our different projects. There were people that came down to the pit and helped us dig with the pit, and there were a lot of people that came out when we were working on painting the mural. And it really gave me the feeling that the work we were doing was worthwhile, that it meant something to the people, and that we really were contributing to the community.
When you're finished, you have what looks like a hole in the ground, but it's what the people need, because they need a place where they can put their medical waste. And that's a very important thing for them. So you've had a part in that, and you get to feel good about that. In the process, you've also talked to people, you've gotten to know people, you've lived pretty much in the way that they live for a while. So you understand things at so many different levels that going back and reading about that thing only wouldn't give you any of that. So there's a big difference between facts and experience. And experience is by far the better teacher.
Because we consume 80% of the world's resources, we have an obligation to the rest of the world to give back and to be a servant learner.
And we had a lot of fun. We had fun in difficult ways by talking to interesting new people that we couldn't quite understand sometimes and joking and laughing around with them. We had fun in much more comfortable ways, getting off as a group, going swimming, splashing each other, making fun of each other sometimes, and doing those kind of funny things. I think that's very important. You have to have a place where you're comfortable too. It's also great to have a lot of positive feelings involved with this, because there are a lot of potentially negative ones. This is a different situation. You can be anxious. You can not quite understand people. I think being there by yourself would be a very different experience. Being there with a group of people that you already know and you already feel comfortable with is a wonderful way to do this.
It's just good to have them here. Volunteer working, sweet.
The work is good.